All right. Final Fantasy XI. The first Final Fantasy MMO to my knowledge. If you buy it now, the only way you can buy it now actually is through online storefronts, and you will usually get what's called the Seekers Edition, which is all of the expansions of the game, which the final one was Seekers of Adoulin. That gives you all the expansions up to the end of the game. So there's a lot here. I'm hoping I will get to see the opening cutscene again if I leave it on the screen for a while. If we don't, it's fine. I might just have to log back in, which is not a big deal. Yeah, we're not. So let's yeah, let me. It'll be a minute, but let's see if I can get that opening cutscene to play for us.
It all began with a stone.
Manatee, manatee!
So the legend says. In age of past, a sentient jewel, enormous and
expansion.
beautiful,
No,
vanished
Manny,
without
wrong MMO. That's the wrong one.
many-colored light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods.
Otherwise, Manny, I hope you are having a
Bathed
good
in that
time.
light, the world entered an age of bliss. Until, after a time, the gods
Servers
fell
are still
into
on for this?
slumber.
Yeah. Apparently,
That world
11
was
still
called
makes a lot of money.
Vanity.
Yeah, hey Manny, it's going pretty well. Apparently, 11 is still fairly popular. They only stopped making new content for it like last year, I think.
in the 864th
So now they're in what's called
year of the
maintenance
Crystal
mode, where they're
Era,
paying to keep them up, but that's
Vanadier
really
was
about it.
in the midst of a great war. Faced with invasion by the Shadow Lord and his hordes of beastmen, the leaders of the enlightened peoples united their forces in desperate alliance. They were the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastu, the Federation of Windurst, and the Grand Duchy of Juno. Together,
Remember, this was not just Final Fantasy's first MMO, this was also like one of the few MMOs on video game consoles that was actually an MMO. This was released for PS2, PlayStation 2. In fact, the game was so big, you were required to buy the hard drive add-on, which was a separate purchase unless you bought like one of the early releases of this game. And it was why the original PS2s, the fat ones, had that big giant pocket in the back, and that's where the hard drive was supposed to go. Yeah, I haven't finished Final Fantasy IX yet. My plan, I'm doing 11 early because 11 has so much content, at the very least story content, that probably by the time I'm done with that, I'll be done with Lightning Returns. Where's your wife Y'shtola? Not in this game, sorry Manny. We don't have Y'shtola, but we do have the next best thing. We have Xiantoto. I love her. And she's not waifu material, but she is definitely best friend material. She is friend material, absolutely. All I know is that once you get to meet Shiantoto, you will see she is the best thing Final Fantasy ever created. She is the best character.
Aldo,
We love best friends.
Aldo,
Yes,
listen.
always love your
you've
best
got to
friends.
climb. Sis?
Can you lower yourself down?
I think so.
Sis, are you alright? Emelyn? Aldo, just run! Emelyn?
This is the Final Fantasy MMO where the opening cutscene implies child death. Years later, he has returned. With friends. That was our opening. Damn. I forgot. Technically speaking, so this game is a little bit funky in that if you let the game idle for too long of a time, it automatically disconnects you. It's one of those experiences. And apparently the cutscene is long enough to do that. So I have to log back in, but it'll be fine. Once we're actually in the game, we won't have to worry about that happening ever again. I just think it's a little goofy that this is a thing that happens. So we're going to create our character. We have our options up on the upper left here. Where is my cursor? That is one thing this game suffers from. It was originally developed for consoles. When they ported it over to PCs, it wasn't exactly great. The controller inputs are a little bit funky, and the mouse cursor kind of gets lost amongst everything. So as you can see, we have humans, males, and female. We have elves, Taru Taru, which are the equivalency of the Lalafell, or midgets, short people. And we have the Mithra, who are gender locked as being girls only. And the Galka, who are Hulking dudes, also gender locked to being male only. As you can see, their base stats are all over on the left side. All similar enough. There's really doesn't matter that much. Everybody is kind of going to be decent at whatever it is you want them to do. How about we go with... See, I normally play as Mithras. How about we go with Elvon? We have some presets here. We have an animation test. Yeah, sure, this one's fine. Tall. We can choose our starting class. Now, this is not something you're married to. Hello, L, Miss 14. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, F14 is still up. It's still pretty good, but yeah, yeah, I guess you kind of fell off though. So, fun fact about these 6 starting classes: each of these is one of the classes you could choose in Final Fantasy 1 to make up your party: Warrior, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, and Thief. You can see how it affects your base stats over on the left side there. Like I said again, everybody's going to be pretty decent at everything. The only difference is going to be your roles. I would say that if you're not... All of these are pretty decent options, especially since the game has, over time, done its best to make it more solo-friendly, bringing more resources. So I would say any of these are decent options at this stage of the game. Any of these are fine. To start with, just understand that you're going to have varying difficulties at different points. Unless you have friends to carry you along the way, which I hope you do. Let's go with... How about Thief? I have never played a Thief before. Let's go with a Thief. And... we're gonna give ourselves a name. How about... probably would choose Warrior. Warrior is kind of like a tank, but you also generate a lot of aggro. And I've never been good at aggro management, so I would probably not want to be one. At least not right now, because this game is very difficult. How about... Chilua. Server, Phoenix should be fine. World Pass is a different thing. So, from here, we can choose our starting nation. Yeah, Warrior by Mage. So we can choose our starting nation. Sandoria, Bastok, and Windurst. This chooses not only where you'll start, it also determines kind of the first chapter of the story. Final Fantasy XIV did something similar, where your first chapter is spent on your starting town, just helping with like the local problems, and then you're going to expand outwards from there. In this case, each town has merchants that are more or less specialized to specific classes over others. So, like, if you're choosing to be like a black mage or a white mage or even a red mage, Winders is a good idea because they have a magic shop that sells a lot more scrolls to help you learn spells easier. Whereas places like Bastok, I believe is more for warriors and heavier armors, and Sandoria is more for light armors like thieves, and if you're willing to take the other DPS classes, just knowing that you're not going to be going for the heavy armors quite yet. So in this case, we'll go with Sandoria. Is Tilon begin to play? Yes. Now would also be a good time to state that all the characters that I've ever made always started in Windhurst. So starting in Sandoria is going to be new for me. How's Jack? He's doing okay now. He is diabetic, but he's doing okay now. Just hates having to wait. The fortress city of Sandoria lies to the north in the great continent of Guan. The beating heart of an ancient kingdom is home to the long past. Now her reign of glory is but a memory. Heroes raise shining swords to the heavens no more. The sun has set on the kingdom of knights, an old lion never to rise again. Thus do some dismiss her now. Yet young Elvon knights still venture proudly into the wilds of Vana'diel, determined to triumph over any foe. The diabetes is okay though? Yeah, he's doing okay. Now that his diabetes is managed, he's okay. This particular day there comes a new adventurer, ready to make a name for himself in Sandoria. The king wishes to bolster his ranks. Tilwa has journeyed to answer the call. Should fortune favor him, bards across the land will sing of his exploits for generations to come. Of course, he has only begun his rise to glory. No one can tell what his future holds. Never before has he set foot within the Elvon capital. He has resolved to let nothing stand in his way. As you can see, we have our text box on the bottom here. This is where almost all of our dialogue is going to be from now on. Say, are you an adventurer? My name is Frashifan. I am an adventurer too. I have just arrived at Sandoria. And already I am struck at how little has changed. Time has no dominion over this city. Can you see the great cathedral yonder? Faithful Sandorians gather there still in worship to the goddess of the dawn. And behold its balcony. Could the past still rise there to grant benedictions? Ignore the Goblin Merrymaker line, that's a seasonal thing. And they must be royal knights. Swiftly do they return to Chateau d'Oraqui, surely from some expedition abroad. You too must learn the difference between the Temple Knights and the Royal Knights if you are to bear Sandorian citizenship. The Temple Knights shield the capital, while the Royal Knights strike at our foes. I heard mention in my travels that Prince Trion had assumed control of the Royal Knights. Yes, Trion. Of him I have heard not for ages. I do hope the princes are well. And Princess Clady. Fair is said to be the younger sister of Trion and Puge. Perhaps someday I may meet her. But I ramble. Many pardons. So long have I been away that my head races. Please let me hear your questions. So here we can sort of just scroll through here. I want to know about adventuring. Spoken like an adventurer, what do you seek to know? Helping people, hunting monsters, easy money, finding... To further Sandoria's glory, you should undertake missions given from the gatehouses. They do not pay, but you can earn rank points as proof of your contributions to our kingdom. With enough rank points, your rank will rise. With higher rank comes greater opportunity. Those of high rank are granted tasks that decide the fate of the kingdom. Now you best be on your way. Adventure proudly for Sandoria, and your blade shall never falter. Oh, before I forget, I give you this for your journeys. Show it to Matilde, who stands before the drawbridge to Chateau Dora Queen. She might be a tad more critical than most, so you might want to be careful. Oh, you know of our tradition regarding the bequeathal of objects. Ere giving to others, we open the main menu and select trade. Open the map option, the menus and markers, and scroll to the right to find which destination. Don't hesitate to ask others for help. Now I must go and seek under the castle. We will meet again to So, there are no quest markers in this game. Rather, instead, you get quests. Well, I guess there's two kinds, really. There are what they call quests, which are essentially side missions or side objectives. You can get these from NPCs, but there are no markers for them to let you know that they have them. You simply have to talk to the people, and they will give them to you. The others are missions, which is what we get from the gatehouses. Those are your keys to progressing the story. So first, let's talk to Matilde here. Pleased to meet you, new recruit. Is there anything about which you wish to inquire? Teach me about the Trust Initiative. The Trust Initiative is a special magic regiment developed by one of the world's finest academies of magic. Those who successfully undergo training will be bestowed with the ability to call forth powerful allies into battle. Only adventurers who have proven their worth by achieving level 5 are eligible to participate. For further information, reach that landmark. In other words, trust is going to be vital for any new player who joins this game, as it allows you to summon NPC allies to allow you to fill up your party, fill up any gaps that you may have. It is absolutely vital that you get a hold of this. So first, we have Adventure Coupon, distributed to promising recruits to get them started. So we're going to trade this to her. Are you a new recruit? Hello, I am Matilde. I know, you seem nice. Much nicer than the other adventurers. Remember, ask for help if you lose your way. Why don't I give you a little money for your Adventure Coupon? There, just to get you started. Spend it wisely. Should you lose your way, just check your map in the main menu. The opportunity to speak with Alain down by the west gate in southern Sandoria. She said to be a veritable treasure trove of knowledge, useful to adventurers like yourself. Farewell, and good luck to you. Bye. Now, if we were to open our menu here properly, look at our equipments. You can see we don't even have anything equipped, much beyond our armors at any rate. First, we have our weapon, which we must equip, the Onion Knife. It's our starting weapon. The Sandorian ring here. Small little buff. Race-based armor, which is pretty common. Moving to page 2, we have missions and quests. Missions, we want to choose nations to start. You see, we don't have any. None chosen, right? Quests. Current completed Records of Eminence. We're gonna want to do this. Records of Eminence will give you access to a specific currency called Sparks. Sparks are only usable with certain NPCs, but they can give you access to pretty decent equipment pretty quickly. You'll usually find stuff that's better than what's available in the shops, but it's level gated to stuff that's usually pretty on like the higher ends of certain areas. So the Sandoria, we're going to need to speak with Rolandine in southern Sandoria, map coordinate G10. We can take Records of Eminence pretty much as soon as possible. But now from here, we've just been sort of left to our own devices. So we go to our map. Now, our maps, as you can see, have coordinates on them. We have columns and rows. So G10 is southern Sandoria. We are currently in northern Sandoria. Eventually, we're going to go south. You can see our map here. You can see there are indeed shops, exits, guilds. Everything is pretty much marked. You're definitely going to want to interact with any crystals that you see here. Just like Final Fantasy XIV, there is fast travel in towns, and those crystals are your key. They'll also help you fast travel between towns. They're the equivalency of Aetherites. Okay, takes care of that. First, we need to go speak to a gatehouse, and we will need to go to Southern Sandoria for that Record of Eminence, so let's take care of both at once. There you go, Soup. Have a good stream. Thank you for coming, Manny. So now, our map. Looking for G10. It's 10, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right over at West Ronfar, right by our crystal. How about that? Right over here at this little gate. See, there's some players over here. First, we're gonna get that. Activate with the real lane. Which one of them was it? It is Rolandine. What will you do? Pick it up, of course. Something shiny. How will I ever be able to show my beautiful yet shamed face to my superiors again? Oh my, what a stunning coincidence! I had long given up the hope of bumping into someone who satisfied that tall list of requirements. You would not happen to be knowledgeable about the subject of records of eminence, would you? Completely understandable. I myself had not heard of the system until I was charged with disseminating information on it to the masses. Interestingly enough, this conversation is undeniable proof that you have already begun to participate in records of eminence. As you see in this mandate manual, it says set the first objective from the objective list. And everything. As you know, you have cleared this first objective with flying colors. In honor of your accomplishment, I would like to present you with a memorandum. It sinks up from nowhere like an assassin and stares you with such creepy intensity that you cannot help but, think how adorable it is. Do you think it's listening? Each time you clear an objective, the details are recorded within the frame of this eerie doll. On a brighter note, you also receive a quantified measure of your eminence, termed sparks. Oh, of course. I as well cannot stand how that doll stares daggers into the depths of my soul. At least its inventor was magnanimous enough to bestow it with this special function. Amazing, is it not? I hear it is all attributable to an astral patina. Sadly, I don't understand much more about it than that. What I do know is that your recipe for success is to set your objectives periodically. That way you can complete them while on your adventure and garner as many sparks as possible. Moreover, some objectives only appear after you complete a certain amount of others. There's always a chance you'll be surprised when you check. In the event you've forgotten how to set objectives, go to the objective list on Records of Eminence section of the quest menu. From there, you simply pick those most suited to your current undertakings. I suggest partaking in a variety of objectives, including the ones that may be repeated. Then, when you accrue a sufficient amount of eminence, come to me or one of my friends. We have many rewards stockpiled and ready to enter your veteran hands. In summation, with benefits more inflated than even the Royal Guard's sense of self-worth and absolutely no downside, why would you not give this a shot? Upon further inspection, you do not seem to be as reliable as I first thought. Please consult the lounge to learn the ins and outs of adventuring before approaching me again. Oh, and as that memorandum has irrevocably bonded to you, there is no need to return it. All we can do with it is throw it to the Wendigos if you don't keep it. Invisible eyes upon you cause the hairs on the back of your neck to rise. The memorandum nods in agreement. Dick. Completed. First step forward. What are the following strips of beef jerky? Ah, yes, that is food. So, while we're here, let's go with magic damage kills. Limited time challenge. Oh. Let's go with. I'm gonna take some of the simplest ones. Call forth an alter ego. Oh, I think they're talking about trust. Well, that's enough. The guilds, the mock houses. See, they will even do our best. There are even genres for missions, such as story increases, or story progress, or even records of eminence just for doing the story. So let's get started. Let's talk to our gatehouse. Should be... Who did they say? Come on, dress. Recruit, what do you want with this gatehouse? Yep, it is. Mission, please. Not much work for those wet behind the ears, but... How about slaying orcish scouts? Only the yellowest of yearlings would run from that. We have no work for cowards here. If you're about to take the mission, I'll be happy to explain. Tell me more. Here's your mission. Orcish scouts roam outside. Kill one and bring me his axe as proof. You'll have to bring me an orcish axe. No other kind will do. Understand? That is all. Take the mission then. I accept. Bring me one of those axes and your mission will be a success. Running away now, we have a proud country to defend. Really old school? Yeah, it is. All that said, we can now step out. Greetings and welcome, Guardian of the Kingdom Aloun at your most humble service. My station is to help along those new to the life of an adventurer in Vana'diel. Specialize in the types of fundamental knowledge necessary for success in such endeavors, as well as related methods of pedagogy. With my aid, you can rest assured your first steps down the adventurer's path will not go astray. Should you still consider yourself a newcomer, I would highly recommend that you make full use of my services. Whenever you need a hand with anything at all, don't hesitate to come and call. Oh wait, I forgot about something. Hang on. I did forget about something. Also, in typical Final Fantasy fashion, a lot of the music in this game is pretty good. Okay. You. Not me. You. Cast Signet, please. Okay. The three nations, Sandoria, Bastok, and Windhurst, are all engaging in what's called a conquest, basically server-wide. People who are getting cast a signet from that country. Whenever they kill enemies and go to new towns, they gain points for their nation in regards to conquering areas. I think Signet also gives you like a minor defense buff, but it's I think it's somewhat negligible. And meanwhile, let's see. Oh, I don't need this. This meat jerky that I got. We can eat it. Strength +3, intelligence -1. Attack plus 23% for its duration, which I think is enough. Okay. First things first, we need to find one of those orcish scouts. You know, this would be a good time to get into how battle works. See? A battle has now commenced. Camera is fixed, our movement becomes locked on our enemies, and it's all auto-attacking pretty much. Once we gain magic and abilities, you can choose them over here. And it's that simple. We've already leveled up. Treasure chests. There are two kinds of chests. There's the blue ones, which will give you what they call temporary items. And that they disappear, I think, after you leave the area. Yeah, I think when you go back, they will leave. But while you're out in the field, you'll have access to them. You can usually use them for things like cooking and crafting. And with us getting have there, that is a defeat Jaggedy-Eared Jack. Well, I'm gonna do at least once. Defeat 10 enemies in Westbound Bower, which is where we are right now. General. Vanquish 200 enemies. Ah, yes, fame. So fame is a weird stat that doesn't contribute to too much. Basically, like I said, there are no quest markers in this game. If you order to get a side quest, you have to talk to the NPCs. All of them. As you complete side quests, you gain fame with the town that gave them to you. There are some things that are locked behind this fame. Certain side quests will not be given to you unless you have enough fame. Certain trusts will not be given to you without a high enough level of fame. But once you have to the max, talk to the NPC, get a reward, there's a record of eminence for doing that. So, you can do all that. In the meantime, I am wondering if I was even given. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna check our mission here. Outside Sandoria, and bring back one of the actions. Yeah, it just says outside Sandoria, so it could be. So there should be somewhere out here. Typical fashion, it might be a good idea for us to grind against the wildlife, especially since this is an old school MMO, meaning you will die very easily. Now this game does borrow from the Saga, an old Japanese MMO style of progression, which is, in order to get good at something, you gotta do it. A lot of it. Arbitrary levels are not your key to success, it is doing and repeating. Come on. You have to be within range of an attack in order for you to actually do it. Go. Now, there is a mechanic which I don't think will apply yet, but it will apply much later, and that is that when you die, you will lose experience points, and it is possible to level down this way. So be careful. Try to gauge yourself against the local wildlife, see how you're performing. If you feel like you're falling behind, then obviously grind against some enemies that you know you can beat until you get grinding against enemies that you know you can beat. Do records of eminence so that we can get experience, sub-quests so that you can money, sell your spoils. It's not very beginner friendly. Not as beginner friendly as 14 is, no. That is 11's biggest hang-up, is that it is not very beginner friendly. But that's okay. I think that progressing the story in particular is not beginner friendly. I think that almost everything else you can sort of pick up and drop as you go through, provided you're willing to put in that patience. But progressing the story is going to be the hardest, only because, so the story progression is done purely through the missions that the Gatehouse gives you. So if that's all you're looking for, just focus on the Gatehouse missions. That's all you need to do. But some of them are optional, and the game will not tell you that they're optional. And some of them require you to have other players to help you. Most of the optional ones, I think. So, it can be a little rough if you don't know this, and then you get stuck in that situation. Let's see. probably going to be down in the south then. Oh, we found one. Orcish Grappler. Weapon abilities. Basically, as your level and proficiency goes up with both your weapons and your class, you will gain access to skills. They drain the TP gauge, which is the blue gauge in the left corner. But they are well worth your time. And you can see here that some of my attacks on occasion were doing 0 damage. It's fine. Okay, I did not get the axe. Healing. You have a couple options. You have healing magic. You can buy potions. Or, if none of those are available to you, push the H key. Your character will kneel down. This is how you auto-heal. Character kneels, prays. And it takes a while to start. But they will eventually start regaining health. I don't know if there's a stat tied to how fast this goes, but it does exist. Went from 43, 53, 64, so this should be max health. Yeah, it's max or close enough to it. Shadow Void. Dushyantamish. Hello, sir. Looking for boards. Well, I'm actually not really in a position to turn down any enemies. We'll find another worm here. Yeah, I've seen you in chat. Dead. Also, your character just sort of leans off to the left for some reason. Not sure why. Actually, they lean off to one direction or another. There's another orc. It says Orcish Fodder. Oh hey, you have an axe. Ow. Let's go with job ability, perfect dodge. You are not off cooldown. Wasp sting? Got him. And level up. And we got an Orcish axe. Perfect. So we can head back to town. Oh, and he gave us a crystal. So crystals we are going to need. They serve a couple of purposes. Oh. Yeah. I can just go east here. And that should get me to an entrance fairly quickly. Yeah, crystals serve a couple of purposes, but we will get into those in a little bit. I think we're also level 5 now, aren't we? Yes, we are. Perfect. So we can actually start gaining trust, which is going to be necessary. So every area has a couple of enemy types. You've got your fodders. You usually got a couple of different fodder types. 1 or 2 flyers that are like high evasion, high agility. And then you've usually got a couple that are meant to be tanks or just really difficult in general. Usually your beast folk tend to be in the harder category. But sometimes you'll find a couple of general monsters. Like I'm pretty sure that Scary Beetle is also supposed to be one of the harder ones to kill. They do employ some really basic world design, such as how on the main paths you're not usually going to find difficult enemies as long as you're walking the main path. Usually it's just going to be fodders like the tunnel worm and the hare. Do I like Assassin's Creed? No, I don't really. I played one of them and then just never got into it. Oh, Rhapsody's of Vana'diel. So this was an expansion that actually stretches across, like, you can start it really early on, I don't know why, but yeah, I think it's worth saying. This is a side story that is intended to be, like, sort of going more or less alongside the main game in its own way. The crystal resonates deep within your soul. Vana'diel, in the year 898. I must make haste for Race and Jima and find the master before. Said, going back to Madrasia. Finish your current mission first, then come back for another. He wanted us to see that we brought ourselves a orcish axe, to show him that we do indeed have such an axe. Oh, you're back. Well, if you're so happy to defeat an orc or two, you've a long way ahead of you. For one so new, I'd be... Lord Knight, forgive this interruption, but there is something I must ask of you. I question whether Queen Lo truly passed away 15 years past. Tell me, of what cause did she die? Who are you, and why do you pry with such inquiries? Please, I have traveled from afar to see Her Highness. What? Very well, listen closely. 15 years ago, Queen Lode fell to a rare sickness. She left this world before we could save her. Ah, so an illness claimed her life. Well, it's none of your concern at any rate. Even if she lived, an adventurer like you could never see her, much less the inside of Chateau d'Orgui. What was the name of her illness? We are not told such things. Only the royal family would know. Is that so? Well, I thank you for your kindness, proud knight of Sandoria. Hey, wait! What was the matter with that adventurer? He was awfully stubborn, wasn't he? He seemed to know the late queen personally, but how could he not be aware of her death? At any rate, your work is done. Next on for my friend. It would be a very good routine to get into. To get in the habit of putting on the Record of Eminence for doing the story missions. Complete bat hunts. While we're at it, before we do that, let's go with teleport it on, there you go. Gondabao, Southern Sandoria, map, coordinate L6. So this is, we're in G. C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So, line square. You know what? I'll go shopping at the Records of Eminence first. I want to see what my Sparks can trade in before I start worrying about the regular shops here. Because usually the Sparks will give you better equipment for your level. I said L6. Am I not at L6? L6. So somewhere around here is Gondabao. Aha! There you are. Missed your name and it was right there. Hail, friend. No need to be so fleet of foot. Come, let me impart upon you a tantalizing morsel of information. Especially hatched adventurers such as yourself could surely appreciate the offer I'm about to lay forth for your consideration. Gondabao is a member of the storied Juno Institute of Magical Studies. Mayhap I am repeating what you already know, but Juno is a grand city far to the southeast of here that connects the Quan and Mendartia continents. The leading council has bidden me come to this fair land of Sandoria with a most sacred mission. Several months past, our famed institute held a lavish symposium at which we made privy to the public information about a new form of magic. These new forms of incantations, which we call trust, would prove a mighty boon to adventurers of your caliber. A bevy of new experiences await should you choose to participate in this grand experiment. Will you embark on a journey to this fresh new world? I would love to, sir. How fortuitous! I swear by every gray hair on this head that you will not regret it. Your first task is head to the city gates in northern Sandoria. You will find somebody engaged in the running of Ballista, a type of mock skirmish. Some call him by the moniker of the Grand Hero of Sandoria. As you have already surmised, experimental magic may have unknown effects on the world's very careful to ensure the safety of everyone involved. In fact, he's so dedicated to this goal that he himself stepped up as the nation's first participant in the program. Two other Grand Nations, Bastock and Windhurst, have also seen others step up and try their hand at this wonderful manifestation of the arcane. We leave those journeys for a later date. Your first step starts here. Sandoria, where you will garner the services of one of Vana'diel's storied heroes. Yes, we'll participate in the trust. Stupendous! Under my expert tutelage here in Sandoria, you will surely grasp the basics of trust in no time. Take this letter of introduction with you. Head to Ranper Gate in northern Sandoria. To get to northern Sandoria, you must first head west of here, then north toward Victory Square. After reaching northern Sandoria, you are to make for Ranper Gate. Once there, seek out Exenmill. Pray, do not affront him in any fashion. Words of a hero such as he carry unmatched weight of this land. Red is regards. We're looking for Exenmill. Actually, we can. Yeah, I think we already had a crystal over in northern Sandoria. Yes, that leads us to the residential area. We don't need that yet. When you are using the fast travel to teleport around cities, if you are staying within the same cities, like in this case where I'm going just from one area to another, it'll be free. But if you're teleporting from one city into another city, that's when they start charging again. Start Seekers of Adolan. Oh god, I have another cutscene I can view. Okay. Have you heard what's going on in Adolan, the land to the west? I have. Things are starting to heat up. Can you imagine pioneering new lands in this day and age? What in Vana'diel could they possibly be thinking? The lands are filled with airships and they pretend at being trailblazers. The whole affair certainly seems ludicrous enough. Not like it affects us here, though. Only adventurers would. Can I help you? What's this now? You want to know more about the colonization project? Sorry, but we're as much in the dark as you. Beyond the reaches of the Sea of Zafplug, toward where the sun sets, lies Adolan. It's a country in its own right, no? Quite savage lands for a country, I must declare. Still, though, word is they're searching for able-bodied adventurers to serve as pioneers. If memory serves, wasn't the Juno Chamber of Commerce and Industry holding some sort of test for interested applicants? If exploring new lands piques our interest, we might consider heading over to find out more. Well, if you truly feel they need your aid, I wish you the best of luck. Looking for Exenmill. The ballista. My guess is he's over by. Oh right, we didn't take it. This is west. Oh yeah, this is the Mexican. So. With quests and missions, unfortunately, if you ever get lost and you come back and you try to like reopen it up, it'll tell you what the first objective in the chain was, but it won't tell you any of the ones afterwards. Usually NPCs are written to have repeated text in a way that they'll usually try to tell you who the next NPC you needed to go to was. So you can usually just like follow the chain that way. But it's not perfect. I do recommend having the wiki up so that way you can try and keep track of your objectives, provided you at least know what quest you're on. Also, since some of these NPCs are in pretty weird places. Ah, there's Exit Mill. I am Examil M. Orshiat, overseer of all conflict-related matters. I see, so you wish to try your hand at trust. In bygone times, I might have said that adventurers were to be kept at an arm's distance like the deranged mother of one's partner. I see. And when I chose to revive the ancient traditions of conflict and ballista, it was you, the adventurers, who heeded the call to battle. As such, I shall permit you to engage in the trust ritual with me. You are not aware of what trust magic is? Sometimes I wonder if Gondabaud's head is filled with naught but cobwebs. The trust ritual draws forth energy from ardent bonds of trust and camaraderie as are forged betwixt brothers in arms upon the battlefield. To cut to the quick, if a strong bond exists between the two of us, you will be able to summon an alter ego of me. Indeed, I could drive your foes into the sea as I did the orcs of Razoa. The problem is, I could hardly pick you out of a lineup of similarly built individuals. Yes, I am ready to commit to the ritual. Come, take my hand and concentrate on the bond the two of us have forged. Disgraceful! No, I'm not displeased. I'm rather pleasantly surprised at our joint success. What is disgraceful is the very thought that there could be two of me. How can my power be unmatched when there are two Exit Mills? Think of it, Chilliwack. Think of the possibilities this magic could open up if only we harness it properly. A whole army of Exit Mills could even. Yes, Orc Empire would be like a prostrate babe carrying out for its mother's milk. Would you fancy that? Tonight we drink, tomorrow we vanquish. I am warming to the idea of this trust more and more. Though I must admit, I barely expected success to come so easily. I triumphed in the bonding only once before. It was with my old friend Rahal, leader of the Royal Knights, but all those who came after had failed spectacularly. But that man can be so infuriating. Go here, hold your sword like this, turn 90 degrees and touch your nose. Make sure you do not fall into the same trap. In commemoration of this monumental event, I hereby present you with a scroll containing all we have achieved. Using this should enable you to summon my alter ego. I advise you to try your hand at your nearest convenience, outside of town, that is. May I suggest East or West Ronfaur? They're both nearby and provide ideal conditions for you to try out this newfound power. When you are finished, return here and inform me as to how you are progressing. You learned to trust Exit Mill. Now, we did not gain any items out of that, I don't believe. No, we did not. But for the sake of showing off what trust is, let's step outside of town here. Trust. Exit Mill. We have called forth Exit Mill. You can see he is a Lancer or Dragoon class. Now, the Cipher. We cannot actually use those. Instead, if I remember correctly, we have to trade them to Exit Mill. But for the sake of what's here, tutorial. There is a record of eminence for each trust that you summon. I believe they are level locked. Get to come with this rabbit here. They are intended to scale with you somewhat, but they're generally going to be more powerful. Next, this treasure chest. Round ones. These have combination locks on them. You have to discern what the code is to open it up. You can either guess wildly, or you can examine the lock for a hint. So the combination is greater than 31 and less than 56, which means our numbers are 32 to 55. So that is 32 plus 23 makes 55, so you have 24 digits total. So 32 plus 11 makes 43, so that's the halfway point. It is greater than 43. Okay. So we have 44 to 55. So let's go with, let's say, now we're at an odd numbers. It's gonna be tricky. So 49 or 50. Let's go with 49. Let's try 49. Less than 49. So it is 44, 5, 6, 7, or 8. We have 5 numbers left. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go with 46. Greater than 46, so we have 47 and 48. Those are our last two numbers that it could possibly be. And this is why odd number sucks, because you're always left with two choices. I'm gonna go with 47. Ah, it was 48. Oh well. I would recommend accruing trusts a lot. Whenever you can get a trust, definitely get it, because these NPCs are all pretty powerful in their own rights, so they're definitely going to be very useful to you, especially when you start having to fight bosses and go through dungeons. I do recommend I do think that Windhurst, I think, gives you a little bit better for trust if you're looking for support, because your first trust would be is a healer. They give you a white mage as your first trust, and then you gain I think a warrior paladin equivalent as your second one. So that's a lot better for like the support ones. Trade him our cipher. Okay. Let's try this again. Exit mill. Zipper. Oh. I guess he didn't care for that. Were you successful? Swimmingly, drowningly. Okay. Probably here you're getting along well to Rigo. Good things come through. So one more positive thing must await you yet. Gondabaud. Pay more, and please, Shmuel Thurgo. Well, no go barking inane orders like Rahal did. All of us involved in this grand experiment are attempting to figure out the exact methodology behind it. It's bigger than Sandoria. It's the Bastok and Windhurst are as serious as we are. The Sandoria Trust Permit is intended not just for your own betterment, but for the betterment of us all. Go forth, discover all there is to be learned. Well, have your attention, Kirilla the Temple Knights is also participating in this initiative. To warn her, however, she has little time for those who have done her no favors. I highly doubt she would consent to undergoing the ritual with you. Increase your reputation around Vanadil, and do all you can for Sandoria first. We should know where Kirilla is anyway. She can be found in Chateau d'Oragui, located to the northeast of here. Do not expect the guard there to let you pass. I must bid you adieu. May glory shine upon you and on the grand nation of Sandoria. Now able to call multiple alter egos. At least I thought we traded to him. It may not be. It might be somebody else. Yeah, it must be someone else. You might think, oh, we just burned this, but we don't. We have to trade it to somebody. I think we have to trade it to the minister. So in this case, we'd have to trade it to Gondabaud. Yeah, that's the closest one to him. His little speech about Kirilla, that is your indication that in order for her to become a trust, you need to build up your fame around the city. By doing side quests for people. Do that and you will... Oh, there is a fast travel. Okay. I've learned new trust spells. Successful. Bringing forth is not a simple process. All it requires the appropriate scrolls. So yep, you trade him the scrolls. Oh yes, Sephra Villanarel's alter ego on hand, do you? Ooh, this old mind does not work like it used to, for I know not one whit about that person. But let's get down to business, you say? Use these newfound powers. Then we shall commune together. This will give us Villanarel. I believe he is a paladin. A marvelous spectacle, if I do say so myself. Now you owe me not one, but two! How great it is to have the upper hand. Yes, you want to keep on cycling through records of eminence, because if you go down this chain, yeah, if you go down this chain, I cannot help but alter egos in town, unfortunately. You will gain a pretty good number of trusts just by being here, just by summoning trusts through the records of eminence. You will get a pretty decent number of them. So I would recommend taking a few minutes to go do that. Just so that way you at least have some pretty good options when it comes to looking for party support. bit. Summon ourselves Valenarol. There he is. We have ourselves a little Knight Paladin here. He is very useful to have. He is able to take on aggro, and he also has a lot of really good skills, including some wide area of effect damaging abilities, which are great when you're fighting trash mobs that die from it, and not great when the enemies are a little bit too strong. And so he just aggroes all of them onto the party and you all die. So moving on. Alter ego Milia Leopo. Pass this one over as well. Now your party sizes cap out at 4, which means that you can have up to 3 trusts with you. And depending on who you grab, you can have some pretty well-built parties, well-built, well-balanced parties, depending on who you've got with you. I don't know if the NPCs are better, but I imagine that they probably are, at least in the long run. I imagine the town NPCs are better trusts than the ones that the Records of Eminence gives you. I think these are primarily meant for starting you off. Mili's alter ego. Funny story that they're also involved in the Trust Initiative. It's bound my head in appreciation for all that you and your ilk have done for us. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Let's get down to business. So we now have Milia Leopo. If I remember correctly, Milia Leopo is more of a support black mage, I guess you could say. From what I remember, her skill set is more so built around. Her skill set is built more so around support, like slow and fog. We have Milia Leopo. So you're wearing some ornate armors. Before I forget, let's get the next record going. Tenzan? Or Tenzen? I think Tenzen is the last one that they give you. If it isn't Tenzen, it's someone else. But to that degree, I would say that Windhurst would slightly win out. If it's the case that we don't get anyone after Tenzen, Windurst might slightly win out in that Windurst, their first person is a white mage. Tenzin, so far, whereas our first person here was a Dragoon. And then we had the universal rewards. So Valeneral, the Paladin, everybody gets them. Milia Leopo, the Mage, everybody gets her. Tenzin is a Samurai, I'm pretty sure. I think everybody gets him as well. Talk to him. We now have Tenzin as a trust. Tenzin. The Samurai. We've also now gotten a Cipher of Adelheid. Before I forget, let's go pick up that one. You might think this is obsessive, but I do greatly recommend doing this if you're going to be a new player or someone who generally plays MMOs solo anyway. The forums for Final Fantasy XI, at least the official ones, there is some activity, but most players have like switched over to other online boards to talk. And while, from what I've heard, there are most of the players who are still here are still very open to teaching newcomers and helping them out. It's just that most of the players are off in the end game territories, not so much here in the early game ones. Alright. Now we've got Adelheid. Adelheid. A black mage, a proper black mage, if I recall. Or at least another mage of some sort. We were given another one. Joachim, or Joachim, however you want to pronounce it. All for one. This is new. Speak from the following Unity Concord guides. Alright. Might as well take that on since we're already doing some things. We now have Joaquin. And if I remember correctly, looks like we have another tank. Okay. At least, it looks like a tank icon to me. And that's it. There are no more free trusts given to us, at least not by Records of Eminence. Came here. I can't tell what class he is. Well, I'm sure I'll find out if I use him. He might be a scholar or some sort. In any case, I'm sick and tired of these level 1 grubs. Let's go talk to the Sparks vendor, see if we can trade in for some better gear. Usually the Sparks vendors are near the A-Man vendors. So since I have to go over there anyway, we might as well clear out that one Record of Eminence by talking to Urbulane while we're there. Nope, not quite the way. That was where the Chocobo stood was. Here we are, Herbulane. My sweetie, is that all for one you have set there? Sure is. Hooray! I love people who are direct and to the point. This can only mean one thing. You have an interest in the Unity Concord. How do I participate? Oh, I bet you say that to all the Unity Concord guys. Getting started is very simple. Press its tummy and watch it squeal like a man made out of bread dough. Feels bread dough, boy. Press your index finger belly button. Doll begins to twitch and shudder. This little device is known as a Concord doll. The doll has brought us closer together than two people are ever meant to be. Perhaps it's a tad over the top, the doll is a symbol of your participation in Unity Concord, a system developed by the Adventurers Mutual Aid Network, AMAN. Explain. Unity Concord brings together people of like mind to share wonderful experiences with each other, both on and off the battlefield. And you are now part of this wondrous organization. It would make me elated. You are to choose a Unity leader. Go on now. Oh yeah, so Unity Concord. Basically, periodically in real time, there will be side quests given to everybody of a certain, following a certain leader. Everybody who chooses this leader in this list will be given the same objective, regardless of where you are in the world. So, there's a very distinct possibility you won't even be able to accomplish that. But it is just another way to give you extra quests, to give you things to do in the event that you are basically at the end of the game. Puge. That's a name we heard before. Puge is Unity, correct? That's where you want to stay until I can woo you over to mine? Should you join Unity, you will not be able to switch to another one until the rankings are tallied proceed out. Yes. Squeeze your Concord doll, close your eyes, and think pleasant thoughts of your new Unity leader. And yeah, all of them are characters in their own right, by the way. I understand that you all are an adventurer. My name is Puge. Puge the First. Puge the First Orgui, commander of Sandoria's famed Temple Knights. As you are doubtlessly aware, a short time ago I received a memorandum from the Adventurers Mutual Aid Network detailing Unity Concord requesting my services as a Unity leader. Tell me, is there any greater way for our Prince Regent to earn honor for his kingdom by spearheading a group dedicated to purging evil from the land? Many around me were opposed, but that bothered me not. My brother Chion serves as a representative of the Trust Initiative, while it's to me to up the ante. I cannot lie, that was an important factor in my decision. But be not concerned with our internal squabbles, know only that it pleases me to welcome you to my Unity. But be not concerned with our... So yeah. Did your introduction go well? The Corridors really are fabulous creations, but with being able to converse over long distances, yours can be used to talk with others belonging to the same Unity. My heart aches knowing that you value our doll more than you do me. That's okay, I won't keep you from talking to your friends. If you like them so much, why don't you select the chat saying community info? Oh my goodness. Is something bothering you? Like, are you okay? No, I'm perfectly fine. Oh, I see. Go from your unit, leave me to follow in peace. Okay. She has issues. You there, Rolandine. We're level 7 now, right? Yep. So let's see what we can get for ourselves. We are a thief. Thieves traditionally wield knives. I would say that keep a knife or a dagger thing going, that would be the best. Let's go with the blind knife. Right, we're level 7. Before I trade that in, I want to make sure I get the best thing I can. Level 8, okay. Yeah, so 7 is the best we're gonna do because 9 is the next one. Level 1 to 9. Let's go with the blind.
Whoa, that was two. Now we have armors. It's level 7 armor for 3. Your defense 3. Head. Oh, hey, level 8. Cool. Oh, that, you can't equip headgear on that one. And also, these you. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the previous page. So we're gonna go with the leather bandana. Leather vest. Gloves. Trousers. Whoa. Fuck! Okay. The trousers are the last thing we want, so we should need high boots next. Yep. Alright. Should use stuff. Alright. And of course our headgear, can't forget that. Alright. And we now have our new armor and weapon. For a little bit. I do still need... where is... oh. Other way. Let's go to a shop so I can sell my stuff. But yes, this very platey looking armor, it's clearly made of leather. But all is fine. I passed by the shop. Went all the way up here and then missed the shop. Okay. Yeah, now this way. There you are. That's what I needed. Cash in. I'm here to sell. I cannot sell you my razor craft. Okay, fine. Hear me. Stone. Crystals we'll do something else with. You want to sort it? I recommend auto-sorting it. The reason why is because multiples of items do not automatically stack. You have to manually sort your inventory to make them stack up. Let's drop this. Recommend that. Can't sell this equipment, so what? Alright. Let's do that. Now the crystals are for something different. Let me see. Should be profile, is it? Yes. So as you can see here on my profile, we have rank points. Your missions, and by missions you also mean your story progress, are generally gated behind your city rank. Generally speaking, what that means is that as you fulfill quests and missions, you gain rank points. But missions cannot be repeated for the most part, and neither can the quests. So, but between all of your quests and all of your missions, you will be able to increase your rank. In the event that you have run out of missions, but don't want to do the quests, or you're unable to find any for whatever reason, crystals are your next best option. Simply trade them to your gatehouseman or watchhouse, and you will gain rank points. So you do not have to worry about a whole lot of. You don't have to worry about being gated out pretty. Have you ever set foot into King Ranper's tomb? 200 years ago, the curtain fell on the golden age of Sandoria. Civil war erupted over the kingdom's hegemony. King Ranper was there to extinguish the conflict. When he died, he was interred in a great tomb south of East Ronfaur. But unknown hands have defiled his grave of late. Visitors report missing gravestones and shadows twisting the caverns. Ravaging a royal tomb is an unforgivable crime. Your orders are to investigate the tomb and determine if there is any truth to what they say. Do you understand? I accept. If we make haste to King Ranper's tomb, we find proof of grave robbers there. But wander too deeply within, and goblins might find you. Tread boldly, my friend, but do not go in over your head. So we're going south of East Ronfaur. So we're already at the East Ronfaur gate, so we can already get started. And King Ranper's tomb is going to be our first dungeon, kind of. A lot of the dungeons sort of like skirt the border of dungeon and area, just because they tend to have like a definitive end. Like they don't spit you out somewhere else. You just sort of go in, you get to the end, then you have to go back out. So we need to go down to the south. The tomb is probably going to be this area or this thing. One of these two spots. Before I forget, we can get some chests out. I recommend Valenaral, as he will be able to aggro enemies for you. I don't know what Joachim does, so let's bring him out so that we can learn. And we can have... How about Exenviel? I've never used you before. Members of the full party. Take this on down. Shouldn't get any trouble from the wildlife for a while. Oh look, an orc. Oh, how dare you, sir. Oh, Joachim's a bard. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh my goodness. You guys okay? Oh, you were not having a good time. Except Bill, you are struggling. It's easy for your cursor to get lost sometimes. Unable to see it. It's right fucking there. Okay. We're about halfway there. He wants nothing to do with me. I think if we continue following the south. Following the path, we should get to the tip. And if it's not here, then I'll try going to the other way. Oh, a signpost. That I cannot read. Okay. Nope. Yep, King Ranper's tomb. Every time you swap areas, you have to resummon all your trusts. Now that I know Joaquin the Bard, he might be good to have, I'm not sure. Said we were looking for evidence of grave robbers. Exterminate bats. Okay. This is our first dungeon. Dungeons will usually not have maps, but you can purchase their maps. There are NPCs who will sell you maps of dungeons. You don't necessarily need them. They are, of course, recommended. But you will always still be able to find your letter number coordinate on the map. It is still accurate. So if you do not have one, you can still look at a guide. You should still be able to find your way relatively easily. Wait, is there no more fighting going on? No, okay. Oh, it's a worm. Alright. Let's move on into the tomb. Aha, a bat. Mouse. Damn. So it says we need to deal with bats and bring back proof of our glory. Sounds. There's probably a specific bat with them. Seem to be relatively non-aggressive. We're level 10 already. Nope, they're still picking fights. They're still aggressive. go. This looks like progress. Okay. What the hell? Oh. That's another player doing stuff. Shanto- oh, okay, so someone's got Shantoto's trust. And they're doing things. Beastman seal, alright. I found another entrance? So it looks like there are certainly multiple ways I could have gone in. Ooh, wind bats. Maybe these are the things I need to kill. Well, Batwing! I think that's what we needed. Ah, failed to steal. I at least have that option now. Okay, so melee is also cure caster. Okay, that's good. Alright. Let's care of that one. I think that's as far in as we needed to go. Exterminate the bats from King Rempart's tomb, bring back proof of your deeds. So that should be enough. Let me just double check. Starting from Zandoria. Got... Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so no, we need to kill a specific enemy called dingbats, which they spawn from 18 to 6. 1800 to 6 o'clock. Let's see the tombstone. Where is that? It is in. That is like HI 10. Where am I at? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So I am 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm at around 8. Oh, okay, so. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, I was like, I may have come here on the side. Yeah, and just really something that happens in these older games. Here. It's probably a dead end, isn't it? It's gonna be a dead end. Yeah. So what I need is to find these things called dingbats, apparently. And I don't think I came in from the wrong side as much as it appears that there is something you can do here during the mission if you come in from a different way. So I'm going to focus on trying to head out and go the other way then. For right now. You're not picking a fight with us, so I don't need to bother with you. You are picking a fight with us. Make sure we're on the map. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at G9. That should be correct. Let's see. Out of here. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Ah, okay. So I was. Yes, I misread the map. That's what happened. Tombstones. Yeah, I was going the right way, but I went past it. Is what happened. I walked past. Arrow. Steps. Should be. Standing correctly. Level 12 already is kind of insane. So it should be in this little room. Dingbats! That's what I needed! Looking for orcish scales or something like that. Supposed to be a tombstone around here where they'll spawn. Why did I go quiet? king bat? Wind crystal. Oh. Spook. Oh, we killed the thing that by accident. Oh, we got the orcish male skills, got one. So we need one or two. Curse status. Down he goes. Here's the tombstone. King Ramper. It is I, Rashavan. Does your majesty not remember me? Often in youth did I hear stories of your majesty's glorious reign. I longed to grow into a man like the great dragon king Ramper. Try though I did, I have failed. I have lost everything, even the most sacred of possessions. Your majesty, please tell me, whence has the sword disappeared? Did you dismiss it? Who's there? Wait, we've met before. You decided to serve Sandoria, now you're in search of tomb robbers? Well... yes, of late many of the cairns are missing. Who could it be? For what end? Wait, could the sword be here? Say not another word, Rashavan. Adventurer, look no further than bats for your proof of tomb robbing. Whoever came left much before departed. Come, Rashavan, we go. That is your hint to go and kill the dingbats. Hello, Enchanted Bones. You weren't there before. I need one or two. Oh, I only need one. Okay. So, we can head off on our way. Must be another player. Okay, so we can head on out of here. Let's try sitting down to heal for a bit. I just want to see if I'm able to get rid of Curse. It looks like that might be the reason why I'm going so slow right now. Look at this bat. Nope. Okay. Oh, well. With a shot. Yeah, this was our first dungeon. Level 13, what the fuck? We're not meant to be this high level for as early in the game as we are. Of course I say that, but we're still gonna have difficulty spikes. Alright. Oh, it's back armor. The cape? Hell yeah, I'll take more armor. Fuck it. And I can equip it? Cool. Stairs, that should be my way out.
be our exit. Yep. No need to go north. Right. Yeah, just head north. Have to go around the bend, but then we should be able to find ourselves back in town. Is there an outpost on the way there? No. Alright. Had to march the whole way. Shiny. Oh, lock is possible. Walls of the town soon enough. Yeah. Almost
us back. So I looked up the curse status. It reduces your max MP and HP, and it reduces your movement speed until it goes away, which can take anywhere from 5 to 35 minutes of real time. So I'll just have to wait for it to go off, pretty much. There we go, now it's gone. This is from some grace shadows. Oh. Another one where I have to trade you the item. Markish mail skins. So you got this from Bats in King Roundpear's tomb? You see, this actually belonged to an orc. What could orcs want with the tomb? At any rate, your mission is over. Speak not a word of this to another. I feel like this is how the problem just gets worse. Okay. Interesting. Complete Save the Children. Alright. I think we'll take care of that next time we're here in Vana'diel. We did a pretty decent start. General introduction to the game's mechanics. We got all the free trusts, so we're gonna have a pretty decent party set up for a while. And we've already got our first little mystery in Vana'diel of an adventurer friend who's seemingly a friend of the royals and looking for a sword. Yes, I appreciate you being here. I hope I will get to see you all next time. I won't be able to stream tomorrow as I do have things going on, because I probably won't be able to. But I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you next time, which it'll be the new year when that rolls around. So I hope you have a happy New Year's. Do not inebriate yourselves too hard. But if you're going to do that, at least make it entertaining. If you're not in the news, it wasn't worth it. For that, I hope you can enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.